Fighting games are 2026 is looking pretty big, huh?
Yeah. Perhaps.
Just a little bit. So the tag fightering and God, what was I trying to say? The tag fightering, there you go, continues. Not huge news coming out about Tokon. I believe 2XKO still got stuff going on. Honestly, I've not been paying attention. Oh, they added the werewolf dude, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, which I hear people like him. I don't know. Invincible Versus is revealed the trailer for Cecil, which I gotta say, I'm a little confused and messed up about that one. Because we were saying, like, okay, Invincible Versus, please add a character that is not just in a generic Viltrumite or something along the lines of a generic Viltrumite, right?
Yeah.
So they add Cecil, and it's like, okay, this is a wildly different character because this guy has no powers. Like, do you know Cecil's a character?
No.
Okay, Cecil is basically Amanda Waller.
I see.
Imagine if, Injustice was like, hey, new character added to the roster, Amanda fucking Waller. She has no powers. She just teleports gadgets in and fights like that. That's Cecil.
Nice.
And there were pretty good jokes because apparently at some point in the Invincible series, Cecil mentions that it costs the American taxpayer $8 billion every time they use the teleporter for anything. And if you see that footage of Cecil in the game, he's teleporting all the fucking time and teleporting guns in to shoot people and teleporting grenades in all the fucking time. So every time that you play Cecil in that game, you annihilate the American government budget, I suppose. With that said, Cecil looks really boring. Even though it's a character that is, interesting because he's not a Superman type. He's a regular dude who's just teleporting in gadgets. He looks like he's just doing roughly the same combos. And he keeps doing one move over and over again of bringing in this weird plasma shotgun and just shooting people with it again and again. So I gotta say, that's really disconcerting, because I was not excited by the gameplay that we had seen before of Invincible Versus, but I went, well, everyone they revealed is just a Shoto, a Superman. We gotta wait for them to reveal the weird characters. And Rexplode actually did look cool. But Cecil, it's like, there's a lot more you could have done, and you didn't. I mean, oh, excuse me. To a certain degree, it's, fighting game trailers always will be an inaccurate display of what the character can do. Because usually, fighting game trailers are not going to be displaying neutral or mix-ups or rushdown. Fighting game trailers are pretty well always look at this combo. And in that way, it's, by the way, is your mic out? Because you've not said anything in like a long time. Oh, okay. So, fighting game trailers tend to look very samey and not very impressive. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, it also depends on the game, because like Street Fighter 6, generally the actual like gameplay trailers for the characters are like, here's big combo, and in interspersed it's like, here's Sagat doing footsies for like 3 seconds, but still, you know.
I got sneeze. Oh, it ain't coming, son of a bitch. I've been having a bad allergy week this last week. Ugh. All right, either which way, yeah, Cecil, not terribly exciting. It's cool as a roster pick because he's a weird character. Like I said, it's honestly like if Injustice was like, yeah, we're adding Amanda Waller. But, he doesn't look very exciting.
Yeah, I mean, like from what you said, they could have made him a lot more interesting by just introducing a sub-mechanic and then being like, okay, here's the whatchamacallit, the armed forces like
The national
fiscal budget. Yeah, the fiscal budget. As long as you keep within the budget, then he deals like 50% more damage. But once you go over budget, he deals 50% less damage. Something like
Oh
that.
boy, I would assume that once the butt runs out of budget, he just dies. Because then he's just a regular dude.
No. He can still summon shit in, but they are going over budget and basically having to take out loans. They deal less damage because he's gonna get punished later for going over budget.
Oh, they have to take out loans.
Yeah.
When you win the match as Cecil, but if you win over budget, then the win animation is him walking off into the horizon, all cool, and he teleports away. And then it cuts to black, and white text comes on screen. Cecil is beaten to death by loan sharks later that day.
Yeah, it depends on how over budget you went. Like if you only go like 20% over budget, then he just goes back to base and gets a pink slip.
Yeah. One thing I do want to know, just because it amused me, because it's it's an attention to detail I appreciate, but it works out very goofily.
Yeah.
So they made it where if you pick Cecil against Omni-Man, they'll have unique dialogue when they do their intro animations. The issue is their intro animations don't change, and they play through their entire intro animations before getting to their dialogue line. So Cecil teleports in, and he walks up, and he dusts off his suit or whatever. And then he stops, and he looks forward, and he says, "Fuck you, Nolan." Omni-Man comes in, flies down, does his big pose, his whole animation. He does a couple poses, and only after that, which lasts like a good solid 5 seconds, and not quick seconds. No, I'm talking with the Mississippi seconds.
Yeah.
Then after doing all of that, then Omni-Man looks forward. "Fuck you, Cecil." Like Omni-Man in response to Cecil saying "fuck you" is just throwing out poses and just aura farming before he gets in the "fuck you."
Yeah.
It's really kind of funky. Yeah. All right, and that's probably enough out of Invincible Versus for the moment, because I don't think there was any other exciting news to come out on that front.
Oh, they are getting a beta next year, I think.
Oh, they are. All right.
Then Shadow Fight Arena is coming to PC.
I have never heard of this.
So Shadow Fight, I forget if it's iOS exclusive or not, but it's a phone fighting game that is pay to win, or was pay to win. Last I checked.
Oh, exciting!
And since it's coming to PC, it's less pay to win, and people are complaining in the Steam comments.
Oh. Well, live by the sword, die by the sword, I suppose.
Yeah.
That's definitely funny to think about. The idea of a community that just gets attached to the idea that, yeah, it's you win based on how much you pay from your real life money, and, well, now I'm losing. This is bullshit.
Yeah.
And I assume much of the audience is whales, probably of the Chinese or Saudi variety.
Probably.
Oh, well, that's delightfully stupid. Is there anything like exciting there? Like, does the game look good, or is it just just the funny story of?
I mean, it has an interesting art
nonsense
style. I remember it being alright when I played the first game 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Because I played the original Shadow Fight, but I didn't play Shadow Fight 2 or 3 or this one.
Yeah.
I think that's all of them that there are. But yeah, like it has some interesting ideas, because it was a thing where you could if memory serves, you could choose between being an unarmed or an unarmed fighter. Like, armed fighters deal more damage and have better range, so you should get weapons. But
Yeah.
And then you got like weapons by beating the bosses of the season, I guess, or whatever you want to call them, like the level. It was just basically gauntlets. And where the pay to win came in there is that you could buy weapons, and also since this was a free to play game, it also had stamina, so you could only have so many fights in one day before having to pay for more stamina.
Yes.
I'm not sure how much of that is retained in this game. Most, from what I heard, but I'm not checking it out. So
yeah, I'm fine with this being a thing I pay no attention to whatsoever.
So yeah, I just thought it was really funny that people are complaining about it not being as pay to win.
Well, generally speaking, I think that once you get into an audience of entitled rich kids, that means you're going to have an entitled audience. Shock of shocks, I know.
Yeah. There's a bunch of stuff for Project L. Like just
was there anything substantial besides, here's the wolf and also you can play the game now?
Not really. It's just stuff like it's getting frame data bars.
It's getting frame data what?
Bars. Like the ones that Street Fighter 6 has. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe it's just me, but I really prefer to just have the straight number. But then again, like Injustice, if memory serves, got really wacky because they would update the frame data, but they wouldn't update the frame data listings in the moveset menu. So maybe they're doing that just so they don't have to go and fill out those menus every time they update the frame data on a move.
Maybe. Then yeah, Warwick. He's a thing.
That's his name, Warwick.
Yeah.
I saw he's got a wall climb.
He has that, and he has like some Wolverine moves. That's all I saw.
Oh, that's cool.
All right. Street Fighter 6 has decided to do the fucking weirdest collab that they could for this Halloween.
All right. Yeah, you knew what this was. I didn't. I was very confused.
Yeah. So this is one of those things. This is one of those IPs where, like, if you're really into obscure Japan exclusive games, then you'll probably hear about it. Yeah. Then you'll probably hear about it. But, like, aside from that, what?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna have to. Oh yeah, Banshee's Last Cry. I was gonna look up the name, but now I remember. So yeah, Banshee's Last Cry is doing a collab with Street Fighter 6. Banshee's Last Cry, mind you, came out in like '95. So.
Jeez, and I assume it wasn't even that big of a success in Japan. I assume it was a cult classic. Oh, well, like it never got a sequel.
Chunsoft before they merged with Spike, made this, and technically there's a sequel, and technically there's remakes. Well, there are remakes, and technically there's a sequel, but how Chunsoft did these, so, this is in a weird genre that was a Japan-only thing for the most part, and never really broke out anywhere, and then is also mostly dead, from what I understand. So, Banshee's Last Cry is an audio novel. But it's not an audio book. It's a sound novel.
Yep.
So what that means is that, there may be some scenes with characters and stuff, but it's mostly backgrounds and text, and it's the audio design that's supposed to tell you what's going on.
Okay.
These were a thing around the SNES. I played the first of Chunsoft's sound novel games, which is called Otogiriso. It was pretty funny at times with some of the wording and shit. It has, I shit you not, like 30-some routes that you can take with that many endings.
I see. I suppose part of the appeal of those sorts of games is that you can get away with doing that sort of thing.
Yeah. And yeah, like, Otogiriso wasn't particularly scary, but it was sort of spooky. It was Halloween-ish, but it wasn't quite, scary, I guess. Banshee's
Yeah.
Last Cry I didn't play because Otogiriso has a fan patch, an English translation fan patch. Banshee's Last Cry is still getting worked on by the same team. So
Really? So it's not per se dead. They're working on a remaster or a port of some kind?
no. I'm fans of these games are working on a fan patch.
Right, and you said Banshee's Last Cry has like the actual team working on it, right? You said that?
No, the same team who did the Otogiriso fan patch are working on the Banshee's Last Cry fan patch. To make it
Oh, okay. I
English.
thought you
Yeah.
meant like the same team as in the dev team. Okay.
Yeah, no. Now that being said, Banshee's Last Cry isn't dead, technically. It got released for phones over here. That's why we have an English title for it. But it got released in Western places as well, but only on iOS.
I see.
And I don't know if it's still available. Let me check when this was, because you can kind of figure out from that. There was a remake for the Vita in 2017, which was ported to Windows in 2018.
Okay.
Okay, so that's the latest one. Yeah, 2018. That's when the last remake happened. And then the release that was released in Western places as well was published by Axis. It was 2014. So yeah, that shit ain't available anymore.
Has there been discerned any reasoning why Capcom decided to go with this?
Not as far as I know. Like honestly, it's one of those things where like I saw the title or whatever, the logo, and I went, hey, that seems familiar. And then I looked it up. And I went, oh shit. And then I looked at the trailer, and they're actually making a fucking sound novel in Street Fighter 6.
Really?
Yes. There's a full-on fucking sound novel based on this game's story in Street Fighter 6.
Potentially a stupid question, but do you think there's a chance that the reason they did this is because they want to get this franchise over in the West and they thought a Capcom crossover would be the way to do it?
Maybe, but like, it depends on who you're asking. Because like, Spike Chunsoft, I think at this point they're just like, yeah, whatever, fuck it, do whatever you want with it. Why would Capcom want to get this franchise over though? Like, props to them, for trying to do that. If so, but like, why?
It's a mystery to everyone.
Yeah, maybe one of the like leads of Street Fighter 6 is just a real fucking fan.
There's a very solid chance that's the case. That is how a lot of these weird things happen.
Yeah, and like, once again, like, more power to them. Because like, I didn't expect this. I don't think anyone expected this. I welcome this. Like, I like these games, so like, I win. This is a win for me.
I win.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's neat.
Then they showed off Mecha Zangief.
Yes, they
Mecha
certainly
Zangief.
did. Holy Christ. What is going on with that thing?
I don't know. Honestly, while it's in movement, it looks a lot better than the art that they showed.
Well, I didn't have an issue with the art they showed. I'm just confused. Like, what? I'm very surprised that Mecha Zangief is back and he's now a Metal Gear style mecha. He looks like somebody. He looks like if Metal Gear Rising Raiden was a bear, Raiden was a bear instead of a twink.
Doctor, turn off my speed inhibitors.
Yeah. Oh shit! Great work graphically. I mean, it's gorgeous looking. Alternate costume.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, okay, we are observing now one of the answers to why it takes Capcom fucking forever to make a costume these days.
Yeah.
There is more work going on in fucking Mecha Zangief than probably in, God, I don't know how. I imagine to a certain degree some of the stuff is them basically reverse engineering the system they are already using in the game for for muscle and fat, right? Because he's got all those cables and all that metal plating and all this shit that's moving around.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking of, when they first revealed the Zangief trailer for Street Fighter 6 several years ago now. And I was noticed that when Zangief roundhouse kicks somebody, the fat on his thighs jiggle.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking, well, how's that work on Mecha Zangief? Because there ain't no jiggle there. I find it weird they also went for Mecha Zangief this early. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but it seemed like Street Fighter V, they waited a little bit before they added the really out there costumes that weren't even the character wearing a costume, but just something really weird.
I think it just really depends on the character. Because, with some of the women, the ones that they went with, they just went, whatever, a swimsuit, it'll sell.
Yeah.
And then I think at this point it's just like, okay, what the fuck do we have for this guy? What do we do for Zangief? Well, Mecha Zangief.
That is true. Zangief's a nightmare to deal with because he, his classic thing is pretty well not wearing clothes,
Yeah.
Yeah, either which way, he looks cool, so that's nice to see.
Yeah. Then, Fatal Fury Special is being added to the Nintendo Switch Online thing that they have.
Oh, yeah, that's funny timing, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear about that, because that is more preservation of SNK, and that's another opportunity for people to try SNK games.
Yeah.
With that said, I definitely very much remember a few months ago seeing people talk about how they're sick of seeing crossover characters in games. And specifically, I saw one of the top comments was somebody saying, I swear to fucking God, if I have to see this Terry Bogard loser that no one cares about in anything ever again, I refuse to play any more video games. I was thinking, well, yeah, that makes sense. That's going to be the impact he has on some people.
They're not okay.
Really, they're not okay. And to be honest, if you don't play any more video games, good riddance. I'm continually happy to have Terry in various things. So, sir, you can kindly fuck yourself and don't let the door hit you on the way out. But nonetheless, that does make sense that that's going to be a major impact of Terry getting put into everything. Is you're going to get audiences that are going to start, instead of going, oh, Terry's cool, I'm curious where he comes from, and finding out about Fatal Fury and, King of Fighters. Instead, you're going to get people going, fuck off, Terry, I want literally anyone else in your slot. And they start to get pissed at Terry and get sick of Terry as a character. And as a result, start resenting SNK for putting Terry in everything.
Yeah. I think he should go back to mixing it up a bit. So, give Kyo a couple of games. I don't know, fucking license at Iori for Arcana Heart. Again?
I think Kyo is a weird one because Kyo's gameplay style is very weird, and on top of that, Kyo's character-wise, he's very much the just classic martial arts anime or martial arts manga protagonist. I know Kyo's your boy in terms of gameplay, but character-wise, he's really generic, which I'm fine with because I don't care. I think that's part of Kyo's charm is that he's simple. But comparative to Terry, who's kind of weird because, why is he dressed like a trucker? There is less visual character there. So if I had to choose someone out of the KOF series that I'd want, specifically King of Fighters, not Fatal Fury or Art of Fighting, specifically King of Fighters characters that I would think would do well, being put as guest characters in other people's games. I don't think of Kyo. I don't think of K-Dash either. He's kind of dorky as well. Certainly not Ash or Kunai. Yeah. Yeah, Ash would send the wrong message about what KOF's about.
Like I think it should be broken down by what sort of game. Because if it's a mostly or completely female dominated roster, send Iori, because it's funny. If you're doing some dumbass gacha with fucking waifus, send Ash. If you're doing a crossover poker, send K-Dash. He just gives that sort of vibe.
A poker player?
Yeah. I don't know. He just
that's odd.
I don't know why, but he strikes me as a gambler.
I guess with the sunglasses, because poker, that's really important. You use to cover your eyes.
Yeah, and he can also teleport. Set his opponent on fire, which also comes in handy.
That's a famous part of every gambler I've ever known was also a teleporter. I remember my uncle once. You know, he was really awkward at like a family gathering. He didn't like the big crowd, so he just teleported out of there. And I was looking and going, "Damn." The legit serious answer I would say is like, yeah, I absolutely think it would be fair to say SNK needs to start mixing up a little bit more. Well, remember, Tekken 7 doesn't have Terry. It has Geese.
Yeah.
And it's cool, because Geese is not the usual guy to see pop up in other things.
Yeah.
And Geese is still a very fun, distinct character.
I mean, see, I'm thinking in terms of like just protagonists, just because that's what most companies would go for, sadly.
That is generally true. I think it's really pretty lazy, honestly, but yeah. That is true. I think, though, you can still, in like that sphere, get away with who I would start throwing around more from KOF. Iori, of course. Iori, I think, is a fantastic character design, both gameplay-wise and visually, and he's just fun, and he laughs like a maniac, and he would immediately give some idea of KOF's identity in other games. But you know who I think would be really fun to bring in, because no one in any other fighting game series plays like them?
Yeah.
And also, they're a cool design. They're a character who's there for pretty well the entire KOF series. They're an important character into the plot at many points of the KOF series. Put Leona in more things. Tough crowd. Okay. From Art of Fighting, the thing is, for Art of Fighting crossover characters, I think we all know can't be Ryo. Can't be Ryo, can't be Robert, can't be Yuri. Takuma, can't be, because Ryo, Robert, and Yuri, it's like you can't use them as a crossover character because they're just Ryu.
Yeah.
And Takuma,
Yuri you can get away with depending on like her ratio of her own shit and Akuma. But like if she's more Akuma than her own shit, then no.
I can't think of any time where Yuri hasn't had the Hado, the Shoryu, and the Tatsu. She's the only one in the fucking...
No, that's the thing, though. They do mix it up, because I remember there was one game I played, at least. I don't know if it was in the Art of Fighting or not, but just in general, I think it was KOF, where she didn't have a Hado.
Oh god, yeah, there was that time period where none of the Sakazakis had Hados.
And Yuri hasn't had a Tatsumaki in 20 years.
Oh god, is my brain really stuck in 2002 that bad?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess it makes sense, because it's like not really necessary to have that and at the same time have the run-up slaps.
Yeah.
But like, out of the Sakazakis, like Takuma is the one that's the least, just Ryu.
I don't know, because Takuma is also one of the fucking most boring Sakazakis.
That's what I was about to say. Is like, he's not Ryu. But I would never pick Takuma for a crossover, because he's like the most boring, grounded, basics fighting game character outside of like, God. Like, even Makoto's kind of more exciting than him, because at least she's got the charge up punch and shit.
Yeah, and then like, I see people say that like, well, he's Mr. Karate though, and like Mr. Karate can be cool. he was cool in like 2 games, and then after that they just went, okay, but what if it was just Akuma's moveset again, but he deals more damage?
If you want an Art of Fighting crossover character, it's pretty well like it's King.
Yeah,
you go with King. God, who else even comes from Art of Fighting?
I was just about to ask that.
Mr. Big, but other than that, it's like, oh well, Young Geese. No, that's Fatal Fury. That's God. I'm gonna look up the Art of Fighting roster because who the fuck else even shows up in King of Fighters?
Toto.
Oh, Toto's been in like 2 games outside of Art of Fighting.
And both of them, I mean.
Yeah.
Lee.
Wikipedia, what the fuck do you mean Steven Seagal was the basis for Robert?
Oh, you didn't know?
No.
Yeah, Robert Garcia is Steven Seagal.
That's stupid. Steven Seagal is stupid. Oh, IG's one that came from Art of Fighting, and he's not been seen in a minute, but I think he's one that people don't go like, who the fuck is this guy? They go, oh, yeah. It's IG.
I mean, the thing with IG though is that like IG looks cool, and he has the lamest moveset usually.
Yep. God, the rest of the Art of Fighting roster is all people who just never left. Like I can see Rhodey Burt's. Who'd you say?
Lee. Fucking, what's his full name? Lee Pai Long.
Who?
Mass Greco guy.
I'm looking this up. I have no memory of this character. Who is this guy?
It's Lee.
He was never in any other games other than Neo Geo Battle Coliseum, and that game had such a weird roster, I don't count it.
I think he was a striker in KOF.
The SNK wiki says no, he was in the background of a few stages, but...
Alright.
Oh, he cameos in Fatal Fury City of the Wolves. That's cool for him.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, Art of Fighting has always been considered like the lesser to Fatal Fury, but geez, I did not remember it having a roster that it was this.
Higher, yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Oh, boy. I mean, SNK has other guys they can put into other games from outside of, like, the usual big, KOF and that. Exactly. There's a big one. I'm shocked that we have not seen Haomaru thrown into more games.
I mean, what games would you throw him into? Street Fighter, fucking hell. Soul Calibur, just got him and then died again.
Oh, that's right. Still, I'm surprised that there weren't any Sam Show characters in Tekken.
I mean, on one hand, no, because that's not what Tekken is. On the other hand, yes, because that's what Tekken is now. So, like...
Yeah, don't get me wrong. If a Sam Show character popped up in Tekken 5, I'd go, what the fuck? But Tekken 7, okay, by the way, also Tekken 8, Mary, what's her name? Mary Zoe or whatever.
But yeah, so...
Yeah.
So, they, during her Evo announcement, they said that her name is supposed to be pronounced Miarizu, and then this trailer pronounces her name as Miariz. And I don't fucking know how you pronounce it now. I think it's Miariz then.
Dude, Tekken, every game pronounces Hwoarang's name differently. Yeah. Every fucking game. Is it Hwoarang? Is it Hwoarang? Is it how wrong? what the fuck is it? I don't know what the announcers are smoking. I don't know if they just let the announcer decide how he's going to pronounce it each game.
Yeah.
But yeah, Miari Zo, I saw the trailer pop up and I clicked and I saw her jump up in the air and then make like a long flower vine grappling hook come out of her hand and used it to bungee cord herself into the foe and dive kick them with that. Like fucking Scorpion. But like, God, it was like a poison ivy vine, but like, God. No, it was like fucking Sylvanas from Smite.
Yeah.
She did fucking vine grab. I saw that. Like, I only saw 2 seconds. That was the 2 seconds. I closed the trailer.
I watched the whole trailer.
Does she do any martial arts, or is she just high fantasy stuff?
She's, I want to say 30% martial arts, 70% high fantasy. So,
Okay.
the thing you missed is, the things you missed, or, yeah, whatever, are her materializing of his staff and using it to do killick moves.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
And then also she's ogre.
Okay, when you say that she's ogre, do you mean just in terms of like big stupidity, or is it like actually like parts of her moves
No,
that are clear ogre reference?
she's literally ogre. Like, it's literally part of her story that she is ogre.
Okay. Didn't Harada say like a year ago that ogre, as we know him, is only the ogre of his continent of like South America?
Something like that, I think.
So is Miari Zo supposed to be the ogre of Africa, but she's like chill and doesn't go around eating people?
Yes, something like that. And then they
What
show
the
off.
fuck?
And then the fucking worst part of one of the worst parts, I guess, of the trailer is her and Zafina have an interaction. But fucking, what's his face? Not Ashtaroth. Azazel, there we go. I think. Azazel is in Zafina's hand, for some reason. And yeah?
The actual Azazel, or like you just jokingly like saying like, oh, he looks like Azazel?
No, literally, actual Azazel is in Zafina's hand. He lives there now.
Okay, I'm pulling this up because I don't believe you.
But yeah, so Azazel is in Zafina's hand. And whatchamacallit, Miras is ogre. And Azazel reacts to ogre. And they do a beam struggle.
Jesus Christ, I stopped for a frame on Panda with her back facing the screen with her weird little backpack up top looking like a neck stump. I thought for a second that Miari Zo decapitated Panda.
Nice.
God. Yeah. She looks like a Soul Calibur 5 character.
Yep. Like, when
okay, yeah, and they're showing old clips of Ogre, so. Okay. And then they show a white ogre that is apparently her. So, yes, she's the ogre of Africa, but they did. God damn it. What was the name of the Muay Thai guy that I always dug?
Brian.
Okay.
I think.
Well, no, you're Brian Fury. You're thinking of Brian Fury.
Shit. Bruce. Bruce Irvin.
Bruce, yes. Bruce. Bruce, you may remember, Bruce didn't, work the way Bamco wanted. So they're like, we're going to get rid of Bruce. We're going to take his moveset. We're going to put him on a waifu. Or a crying waifu, a cry-fu. They did that to Ogre.
Yeah.
What the fuck do you mean, Zareen? Okay, you lied about Azazel. That is not Azazel. That's just a weird nightmare hand.
No, that is Azazel. In lore.
Oh, okay. You mentioned the Soul Calibur character. You mentioned Astaroth, and I thought you got confused and were trying to name off the dude from Soul Calibur that's got like the the Soul Edge hand and the Soul Calibur hand.
Oh no. I'm trying to talk about the fucking the boss of Tekken 6, whatever their name is.
Okay. So I was like going like, what the fuck? What do you mean that like Addy is just very casually revealing that, oh yeah, Tekken 8 just out and out says, you know, hey, we've brought back Soul Calibur lore for this. And he's doing it so casually. Like, that's why I was saying I don't believe you, because you weren't making a big deal out of this.
I see.
Okay, yeah, I forgot Azazel was the big stupid crystal dragon thing that Jin killed with Kung Fu.
Yeah, that guy. That guy's in the Athena's hand.
Wait a second. Azazel's supposed to be like the originator of the devil gene, right?
Yeah.
And Miyari-Zo says that Azazel is the same variety of power as her, so therefore the Azazel is the same variety as an ogre. Which presumably Miyari-Zo's power is not named ogre. Is Azazel supposed to be the ogre of Asia?
I don't think so. Where was Azazel? In Egypt, right?
God, I never finished that fucking game.
I did.
That piece of shit. Was it supposed to be that it reincarnated into Miyari-Zo? That she's the reincarnation of Azazel?
No, because
she's got Ogre's snake hand, which Azazel didn't have.
Yeah, no, because Azazel looked different to Ogre, and whatever Miyari-Zo or Miyari is looks closer to the Ogre we know. So I think I think that there's just like when Harada said that there's an ogre for each continent. What you meant is there's an ogre for each county.
Have I ever mentioned that I hate Tekken's story?
No, never.
Well, I do. Oh shit.
So anyway, Hunter x Hunter and Impact announced a new character.
They did?
Yeah.
You mean that game isn't dead in the water already?
Somehow.
But why?
I don't know. Ask New Japan.
Like, all I saw about that game was just everybody playing it and going, well, excuse me, nobody playing it, and everybody who did play it going, this is ass.
Yeah. What more do you need?
Okay, well, was the new Hunter x Hunter character, does he look exciting, or does it even matter?
I didn't check. I don't know shit about Hunter x Hunter. I don't care about this game, so
I don't know or care about it either, so I guess good for the few people who were paying attention to that and did play the game and also liked it and didn't immediately go, this sucks, and then refunded it.
Yeah. Alright then, to appease the player base, Riot has confirmed that they may allow you to buy the $300 skins separately.
Oh yeah, I saw that nonsense. Let's just cash in on the big success of Arcane and make the Arcane costume pack, and then sell it for $8 bazillion.
Yeah, and then people,
which has historically worked well for Riot. So
yeah, and then people have been complaining about that, and now they put out a statement. So people are reading this statement, and they're going, "Oh, Riot said that you can buy them." No, let me read out the wording. Content in the starter editions may be available to purchase through other means at a later date. This means
so
shut
they
up.
put the legalese there. Yeah, they put the legalese there. Like, if we decide to sell it, I guess.
Yeah,
Maybe.
what this means is pay up, pay pig, and shut the fuck up.
I mean, that's going to be how probably all of this works.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and hand out a warning, I suppose, for everyone who's playing this. So if you're playing any game from a studio that makes MOBAs, you cannot have the "I want all of the content" mentality, or else the game will just break you. We came from Smite MOBA-wise, which is much less crazy than League. Nonetheless, if you wanted all the content in Smite, you were not going to stay mentally well.
Yeah. And like Smite, all things considered, for a free to play game, was priced very generously. Because like, remember, you could get even like premium outfits for the most part by the end of Smite 1 by just playing the game. And like, sure, you had to grind for it, but technically it was in the game. You could do it. You could grind it out if you were so inclined. Most other free to play games don't let you do this. So
yeah.
So yeah.
I want to note real quick. I tabbed over to the Total War Modder Discord, and I saw them talking about Miyagiso.
Nice.
And one of them said, Jim Pachi's going to come back as an anime waifu.
I hope not. I hope that like I want Jim Pachi to remain the same just for the contrast. Like I just want him to come back to life for no fucking reason. Like literally have this be a big story moment, and then they like just have people ask Jin, what the fuck do you mean your grandfather or whoever is alive again? Your great grandfather. And then Jin just shrugs.
Now, what has Bamco done in the last few years to indicate to you that they have any interest in doing what you want with Tekken?
True. They added special rounding shows.
That's true. They did do that. Oh God, it's just for me as someone who does really like, I've already forgotten his name, so it's Bruce. As someone who really liked Bruce in the Tekken games that he was in, and watching him get turned to Josie Rizal, who was so bad that I just couldn't play her. Like, I mean, gameplay wise, I don't know how she was, like meta wise. What I mean is, of just like, this is the lamest character. This is the most random, obscure fetish being turned into a character. And so seeing the steady waifuization of Tekken, and they all look the fucking same. They all have the same face. They all have the same fucking body type.
Yeah.
The fuck even is this?
Tekken
and
Alive.
Nina and Anna still aren't allowed to age.
Tekken Alive. 8.
Did you say Tekken are alive?
Yeah.
I feel like Dead or Alive has better body variety at the very least. Because at the least there, it's like, okay, well, oh god damn it, what's Kitsumi's sister?
Ayane? Maybe?
Ayane is tiny, so there you go. And there's Rachel, who's huge.
You have bigger body variety. You have big booba or no booba.
That is true. That is the big difference there. But I mean, like, Rachel's the fucking giant, and she's manhandling people. I mean, that shit's different.
Really, the major difference between Dead or Alive and Tekken at this point is that in Dead or Alive, everyone was sexualized. In Tekken, it's only the women.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, Hachi.
The Fundoshi isn't sexualization.
No. It's funny to say it is.
Like, it's as close as they can get to using whatchamacallit, using nakedness as a comedic thing.
Well, that would have been an interesting alternate timeline for Tekken 4.
That's
legal physics just for that.
Yeah.
Like, the thing is, like, when you look at Tekken, it's like, okay, what do I want Tekken to be?
Not this.
Anything not this. The simple answer is not this. But in terms of like what I want Tekken to be, which is the more cinematically styled, grounded 3D fighter that's just martial arts with like a couple goofball characters. The more I think about that and how Tekken's gone away from it, the more I have to go like, God, Tekken was definitely my first love out of the martial arts based 3D fighters, but like, it really is just like, okay, if I want this, I either have to go backwards and go with the older Tekken games, or alternatively, go backwards and go back to Dead or Alive 5, because Dead or Alive 7 is not coming.
Yeah.
Or wait for for Virtual Fighter 6 and hope that it's really good, which it probably will be.
I mean, you have option Z, which is hoping that that Koei Tecmo ransack Xbox before they shut down and use the money to make Dead or Alive 7.
God, that's the real fucking left turn right there. Yeah, like, it's kind of incredible when you think about it, tone-wise and timing-wise, that Dead or Alive was like one of the big envelope pushers of the late 90s into the 2000s for sexuality in video games. And Dead or Alive more or less died off and disappeared right before it became pretty well entirely accepted that you're allowed to have nudity and sex scenes in video games. And I find that timing very funny. It's not to say that I think they would necessarily take advantage of it.
But that would be a hot copy DLC.
Oh, that would be exciting for a lot of people.
Yeah.
But
funny. Fucking hell.
But it's only the drunken boxer, dude.
instead of anything graphic, it's the tickle arm.
Yeah. That was Rumble Roses.
Shit! I think it was Extreme Beach Volleyball.
God, those two are so similar.
Yeah.
Though Extreme Beach Volleyball, I have heard, has a shockingly huge female player base, whereas I don't think Rumble Roses had a player base at all.
Rumble Roses, like one Rumble Roses match type had a player base. Mud wrestling.
God, well, that makes sense for a wrestling game that's all fan service, yes.
Yeah.
Who made Rumble Roses?
Konami.
I gotta look this up. Was it?
Yeah. Konami and Hudson, I think. But I forget if I forget if they forsake Hudson before they died to make Rumble Roses or not.
Wikipedia says published by Konami, developed by Konami and Ukes.
Ah, right, yeah.
10,000 polygons per wrestler model.
I thought you were gonna say 10,000 polygons per tit.
I don't think we've even achieved those numbers today.
It depends on how shit your 3D modeler is.
Oh boy, those are crazy numbers for 2004. Credit where credit is due. Nonetheless, I'm very amused by this being a Konami project because I can, in my head, imagine, oh my God, Rumble Roses was made on the Here Comes the Pain engine.
Nice.
Oh God, come to think of it, you look at the UI. Wow, that is Here Comes the Pain.
Yeah.
Holy shit, Here Comes the Pain, just with waifus. Brock Lesnar is the best waifu.
Yeah.
Oh shit! But I love the idea of that being Konami because I like to think of
Here
Konami
comes the pervs.
like.
So yeah,
Kurt Angle pricks his ears up and then he notices that they said "Here comes the pervs" and not "Here comes the perks," and he goes, "Oh, okay."
Fuck this away with the DNA.
Yeah. Okay. I love the idea of that being Konami because I can picture in my head Kojima working on Snake Eater and just every now and then walking over to the Rumble Roses side of the office, just, peeking his head in like, hey, what's going on over here?
thought you were gonna say he was working on adding Snake to Rumble Roses. Like he's personally adjusting his ass to be bigger.
I bet he was working on adding his Solid Snake to Rumble Roses.
Yeah.
Dole.
Uh,
He was looking in there at the models they were working on. He was going, breathing through the skin.
yeah.
Yes, this will work.
The worst one. Look up the Devil Woman from Rumble Roses.
Devil Woman.
Yeah, I forgot what her name is.
Okay. God, well, I can remember the cowgirl and I can remember the main character chick. Oh, God damn it. My V key doesn't work. So it's going to be Deal Woman.
I don't remember what her name is.
What Google was like, did you mean Drill Woman?
Yes. Did you mean Cammy?
Evil,
Yeah.
The Rumble Roses wiki. Oh, I see. Actual fetish outfit. Okay, well, that's... Jesus Christ. What? Evil Rose's theme was composed by Akira Yamaoka, more famous for his works on the sound... The fuck you mean? Hang on, I gotta look this up.
The greatest horror hits.
I gotta look this up. They also said he worked on something else that I don't think he did. I gotta pull this up. Yeah, he worked on Silent Hill, Silent Hill 2, Silent Hill 3, yada, yada, yada. Rumble. Yes, he did, in fact, do the soundtrack for both of the Rumble Roses games.
Nice.
He also helped work on the soundtrack for No More Heroes 2.
Oh,
which that game did have a good soundtrack.
Yeah.
I forgot he did the music for Lollipop Chainsaw.
He did covers for all the licensed songs.
I guess him and James Gunn worked together to pick what songs went in.
Maybe.
That is very bizarre. That is a bizarre thought in my head. James Gunn and the Silent Hill music guy working on something together. Okay. The Rumble Roses wiki, for whatever reason, said that Yamaoka also did the music for Metal Gear and Castlevania, and I read that and went, no. I had to look it up, and yes, the answer is no. I think there's some outlaw shit going on in the Rumble Roses wiki.
I think they just figured, Konami music, man.
Oh man.
So yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
My PC lagged a little bit, but it passed.
All right. SNK released a new port of Kizuna Encounter.
I think you've explained this game to me like a dozen times, and every time I forget.
We played this game, I believe. It is the game.
We did?
I think so, yeah. It's the one with King Leo. It has the Fuma. Yeah, exactly. It's the one we played, I think, where you can jump between the two planes. The very weird one.
What? Well, I assume you're not talking about Fatal Fury Real Bout.
No, the one where you can jump on like the buildings in the background. It had a fat
I'm
cop.
Googling this. This is not ringing any bells. Oh, this thing!
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I actually saw them announce that this was getting ported, but I only saw the Japanese version, so all I saw was something Japanese, Super Tag Battle. And I was like, what the hell is this? And I clicked on it and went, oh, I played this game.
Yeah.
Well, that's good to see. I'm glad SNK keeps up with their old classics. I'm glad SNK Capcom both do that, you know?
Yeah.
That's pretty good to see. Yeah.
All right, then let's see. Grand Blue Fantasy Versus is editing Meg. You know her, Meg.
Sure.
Megatron.
Now let's act as if I. Nah, let's not even act. I don't care.
Yeah.
Someone out there is hyped about this. Man, the other day I saw like pop up on social media one of those usual, put your main, fill you this chart with who you main in each fighting game franchise thing, and it had Skullgirls on it and Fighter Z on it, and then someone came along afterwards and went, "Well, it's nonsense that this chart would have so many games that aren't even really franchises; they're just one-off games." So I replaced it with actual franchises that have multiple entries, and they put on the list. They replaced Fighter Z with Grand Blue. And when I was looking at the chart, I went, "What the fuck is Grand Blue doing here? There's only one Grand Blue game." And I honestly looked at it for like 10 seconds and I was like, "No, there is a second Grand Blue game."
Yeah.
Right.
Well, no, there's a second Grand Blue game in the same way that there's 4 Street Fighter 2s, at least.
Yeah, but if this guy was a Grand Blue fan, then he's gonna want a logical excuse why he should be replacing Fighter Z, which is the more popular and respected game, and therefore the devil.
Yeah.
The old it's the bit from Scrubs, right? Why are you sitting in the park throwing rocks at Dragon Ball fans? And it cuts to the Grand Blue fan. Why do they get to be happy?
Yeah.
Speaking of...
No, actually, first we need to talk about... they've announced Mortal Kombat 3 is being worked on. They took their fucking time considering 2 came out in 93.
Wait, okay, I assume when you say Mortal Kombat 3, you actually mean Mortal Kombat 13?
No. I don't know. I don't think so. I think it's the movie.
What is this news article?
I think it's
it's
a movie. Yeah.
Okay, because I was thinking okay, well, the Legacy Collection, but they've already shown UMK3 Trilogy, even the Netwave or whatever version. Do they really need to do any further work? Okay, yeah, the movie, yeah, that makes sense. I think it's really stupid that in the modern day, especially with the age of streaming, that movies and TV shows are getting greenlit before the movie or TV show that came before even comes out.
Yeah.
I just saw the news a week ago announcing that Daredevil Born Again Season 3 has been greenlit. Born Again Season 2 hasn't even come out.
Nice.
I think this is ridiculous. I know we live in the age of streaming, and that means that the streaming service can choose to report or not report the numbers. And as a result, they can choose to intentionally downplay any TV shows that were successes, but they didn't want to be successes. And conversely, they can puff up TV shows that the producers or the executives really wanted to be a success and it wasn't. I know that's just the world we live in now, that we don't get to see this stuff and call out producers and executives for hey, this show that sucked, that everyone hated it and no one watched, is getting a second season, but the show that everyone loved and loads of people watched isn't getting a second season. What the fuck happened? I know that age is effectively going away because now streamers now they can hide all these stats. But I look at it and I'm going okay, yeah, Mortal Kombat 3, the movie's going to happen, whatever. What if Mortal Kombat 2, the movie sucks ass?
Yeah.
Because we've done this song and dance before. We had a Mortal Kombat movie that was really good in the 90s. Well, pretty good by the video game adaptation of movie standards. And then we had one that was really, really bad. One of the worst movies of all time, bad. Mortal Kombat Annihilation is god-awful. Have you seen any parts of Mortal Kombat Annihilation?
I think I've seen clips. I forget, is it the first 90s movie or the second one that starts with Johnny Cage getting fucked royally?
Annihilation.
Okay, yeah.
After Johnny was one of the main characters of the first one and everyone's favorite part generally. When we think of Johnny Cage as not just an asshole but a lovable character, that kind of started with the movies, because in the original games he's kind of just an asshole.
Yeah.
So the actor didn't come back for Johnny because he just didn't, he didn't like the money that he was making. So in Annihilation, they started off with having someone else play Johnny for about 2 seconds before Shao Kahn snaps his neck, which I guess started the long trend then of Shao Kahn abruptly killing characters by snapping their necks or their backs, just general spinal damage. Johnny, Kung Lao, Kotal, Shao Kahn's a fucking menace. And I feel it feels weird because Devora also has the job of being NetherRealm's excuse of writing off characters they want to get rid of. But Devora doesn't have the same legacy behind her as Shao Kahn. So with Devora, it turns pretty quickly into fuck this character. But like Shao Kahn, I still get a bit bitter about that with Kotal. Well, no, I don't get a bit bitter about it. I get incredibly bitter about it. Kotal was the coolest of the new gen of MKX, and he's the one that gets treated the worst. Whatever.
I'd say Aaron Black had more oomph to him, but like after him, it was Kotal, yeah.
Then, yeah, probably Takeda.
Maybe, yeah. Like those three were the only ones worth keeping around.
I think that there's something real. That I think Cassie definitely has something there. I think it could use a little step. MK11 made the wrong step with trying to grow a lot of those characters. The decision of, Cassie is now Drone Girl, I thought was stupid. But like MK11, you could tell so much of it got goofy because it's like, well, they gotta have a customizable item with them.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
I mean, I'd also say that like at least thanks to all the universe resets, because I think one of the major problems that I had with the Combat Kids is that they all needed major rewrites to be likable at all. And Jackie needs a character, to exist.
Jackie needs a character. Kung Jin needs something other than just being an ass.
Yeah.
Takeda's fine. I like Takeda.
Takeda is fine. He's kind of milquetoast, but like he's okay. He's the best one of the Combat Kids.
Takeda and Cassie, I think, are fun for what they indicate about the rest of the cast. Because Takeda, the fun of Takeda is making Scorpion then be not the stepdad, but the dad who stepped up.
Yeah.
Oh boy. All right, that's enough of that Mortal Kombat nonsense, though. We're several months off from actually having to discuss Mortal Kombat, anything of note. So, you know, or possibly several years, depending on whether or not Injustice 3 manifests from the void.
Ed Boon holds a special like press conference, and he's like, Mortal Kombat 14 tomorrow.
We're skipping 13 because we knew it would suck.
Yeah.
We were playing it in the studio, and we were like, yo, this sucks. Let's just go to 14. Like, not let's make the game better. Let's fix the game. No, just fuck it. Throw it in the trash.
Yeah.
We're going to skip an entire game of plot.
Mortal Kombat 13's story will be released as an alternate reality game, leading up to the release of Mortal Kombat 14.
Mortal Kombat 14 starts, and you just have to figure out what happened in 13.
Yeah.
It's a fucking nuclear wasteland. Yeah. Sub-Zero walks out wearing the goddamn, like, Fallout New Vegas NCR Ranger armor, and he looks in the screen, and it says, Liu Kang must pay. And you just gotta figure out what the fuck happened in between.
To understand some of the plot, you need to buy Mortal Kombat Chain of Memories on the DS.
No! You need to play Mortal Kombat Summer Event in Fortnite!
Yes!
Which ties in to Birth by Sleep for the DS. Wherein it is revealed that the reason that Noob looks like Sub-Zero is not that Noob is Sub-Zero, or actually the reason that Noob Saibot doesn't look like Sub-Zero is because actually there's a man inside Sub-Zero.
Right now. And Sub-Zero enjoys it.
Very much so.
We're turning him gay too. Like, Mortal Kombat 14's story is that all of the casts are related and also possibly gay.
Mortal Kombat 14 starts by revealing the entirety of Mortal Kombat 1 to have effectively been a fucking Twilight Town thing that was in Sub-Zero's head.
I'm imagining, like, the thing is, NetherRealm would be the one developer team that I think would actually do this. But imagine you play the story mode, and then the big twist at the end of the story mode is that you, the player, are gay.
Oh, what was that Duke Nukem ad edit I used to post? There was like, if you don't like Duke, like the original ad was like, if you don't like Duke, you like men or something like that.
Yeah, and then it was if you like if you don't like Duke Nukem 3D, you like men. If you like Duke Nukem 3D, you like men. You like men.
Yes, that's one of my favorite stupid picture edits ever. It just Sub-Zero looks directly at the screen. It's like at the end of the game, he does like a Shakespearean aside, right?
Yeah.
A monologue straight to the viewer. And says, I'm very proud of you for coming out of the closet. Sub-Zero says gay rights.
Sub-Zero looks deep into the camera. It like extra zoom in or whatever, like super zoomed in on his eyes. He goes, congratulations, player, you are the woke DEI now.
Yeah. At long last, he then croaks his last breath.
Yeah, he's killed by Devora, by Cyber Devora.
Play the sad violins.
Yeah. Like, Justice is that proud of you. He can get the U out because he's stabbed through the chest.
Yeah. Oh.
All right, Ted, you did the Kamidogu, now do this.
Yeah.
Please.
Which now, of course, the way you've used your powers is now going to manifest that Mortal Kombat 13 is going to just out of the blue have a, like, well, I guess he's not Sub-Zero anymore, he's Noob now, but it's just going to out of the blue have, like, oh, hey, hardcore, intense, on-screen Noob Saibot gay sex scene between Noob and Saibot.
Yeah.
I'd like to see that. Is that masturbation at that point, or is it gay sex?
I don't know.
Well,
I mean, like,
is this what?
I mean, this raises questions like, if Herman jerks off, is it an orgy?
I think we already cracked that joke. The Sindel and
does he shoot ectoplasm?
Gerard. Oh boy. Oh shit! Is this just what the ninjas in Mortal Kombat do now? Does the camera pan over to Scorpion and Scorpion's just look around awkwardly like, oh,
Yeah. I miss my dead wife.
Well, this is still presumably Luke Kang's timeline where that Scorpion still got his wife.
Oh yeah. I love my alive wife.
Is Kuai Liang looking through the window at Hanzo, who is not Scorpion here, and Hanzo's just going to town on his wife, and Kuai Liang's just looking sad, like Joker looking at the gorillas.
Yeah. Joker's next to him as well.
Which Joker wasn't MK11?
Yeah.
And Joker turns midway through. He just turns and he looks at Scorpion. He says, "Hey, you want a jongle?" All right.
So anyway.
Okay, yes, we'll discuss all of this when it comes to pass at the appropriate times, unless Injustice 3 comes to pass, in which case, hey, John Constantine, sweet. Time, whatever, you know. All right. What else have we got cooking in the news?
Well, Fighter Z has been challenged.
Yeah, challenged?
Well, by all of the new games that are trying to be Marvel 4.
Oh, yeah, Fighter Z is still not dead.
Despite everything, they popped a sensu bean.
So let's start off with the less interesting part, which is, oh, hey, they're adding a second Super Saiyan 4 Goku?
Yeah, so what happened with that is in Daima, they canonized Super Saiyan 4, but it got a worse design.
Okay, I think I did hear about Daima canonizing Super Saiyan 4, but what is okay? So Daima's after Super, right?
No, Daima is between the end of Z and before GT. And I forget where Super fits in. I think the timeline is Z, now Daima, Super, and then GT.
Okay, because I was about to say, like, okay, is Super Saiyan 4 supposed to be better or worse than Super Saiyan God? Because, like, it feels like Super Saiyan 4 should be worse than Super Saiyan God. Because, I mean, Super Saiyan 4 is still numerical and not God. But at the same time, like, all this logically gets screwy because, like, Super Saiyan God is worse than Ultra Instinct, which isn't even a Super Saiyan thing. And then, like, is GT still supposed to be canon? Because I don't think they've officially decanonized it.
Yeah,
But then, like, why does
Yeah.
Goku only ever use Super Saiyan 4 in GT and never use Super Saiyan God or Ultra Instinct? Why does Vegeta never use Super Saiyan Ego or whatever? Or Ultra Ego. Why does Vegeta never use Ultra Ego? Why does Gohan never use, God, what was it? Beast form? Beast mode? Why does Piccolo never use Orange Giant Self? Why is Krillin old?
Why is Frieza not black? That's his current thing, isn't it?
That's one that it just occurs to me that gets really screwed. Krillin gets old in GT, but like a major part of Super at some point is that Krillin gets back into training in martial arts. So logically, you shouldn't get at least like wimpy and old, like at least like in the way Roshi did. But Roshi went back to training. Oh fuck it, it's Dragon Ball. Who gives a shit? Just do the cool fight scene. All right. Well, we don't know how Daima Super Saiyan 4 is going to work. It's really bizarre that he's a thing at all. But, well, I guess actually, come to think of it, this is the first time they're doing Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Because isn't the Super Saiyan 4 that's already in Fighter Z, isn't that Gogeta?
Yes.
Okay. So I guess technically this is the first time we're getting Super Saiyan 4 Goku. So, there you go. Of course, there's also the guaranteed comedy of, hey, we're adding a new character to Fighter Z, and people will be like, oh, what about this character from Super or that character from Super? No, it's another Goku. It's another fucking Goku.
It could be worse. It could be a third Kid Goku.
To be honest, I like Kid Goku, so I'm fine with that.
Yeah, but
that's.
but like Daima Goku, it would be Daima Goku, not actual Kid Goku.
That's true, and then that's really stupid if they did that, because that's just like, well, it's just adult Goku, but smaller.
Yeah, but then you could have GT Goku, Daima Goku, who is the same character but with different clothes, and I forget. Isn't Kid Goku already in the game?
Oh God. That gets screwy because there's GT Goku. I think it's just GT Goku. I don't think there's Kid Goku.
Oh, okay.
But I might be wrong because I do remember they have the Super I think GT Goku's level 3 Super as he turns into Super Saiyan 4 Goku. But I could swear that they had a Goku in there, a Kid Goku in there with a level 3 where they do the Dragon Punch through the chest, right? The way he killed Devil King Piccolo.
Yeah.
So, no, it probably is that there's both GT and Kid Goku in there, but, like, I don't remember there being any differences otherwise, so it might be this just GT Goku does it. God, did you ever watch GT Goku? Because I didn't.
Yeah, I watched GT. I watched most of GT, and then they started doing reruns.
Did GT Goku ever do the Dragon Punch?
Yes.
Because I feel like he actually might. Okay, I think it was GT Goku.
He did. Rather, yeah, words.
Right, was that how he killed Omega Shenron?
Maybe.
Okay, because that would make a lot of sense because that book ends it, right? It ties back to him killing Devil King Piccolo in the original Dragon Ball. But I think that's what it was. I don't think Kid Goku's in Fighter Z. I think it's just GT Goku, but his level 3 is that he turns into Super Saiyan 4 Goku and then does the Dragon Punch.
Yeah.
Jeez. Okay, Dragon Ball. Ugh. But the more important side of this is that just yesterday, they dropped a hot steaming patch for Fighter Z. And it's really great that I got really into Fighter Z 2 years ago. And I was really enjoying it. And at the time that I was playing, Fighter Z was allegedly very, very balanced, which was crazy because just a year or two before that was the ever notorious Lab Coat 21 years of here's Lab Coat 21, here's the fusions, you play these guys and no one else. It's the four gods.
Yeah.
And then, hey, we nerfed 21, we nerfed the fusions, we buffed everyone else. And for a good year or two, it was, wow, they're all balanced. Wow, this is cool. Everyone's viable. Awesome. Then they released the rollback update. And the rollback was really borked. And it came with a balance patch, which fucked up a few of the characters.
Nice.
And made a few random picks pretty OP. And now they've released another patch yesterday, which did not fix the characters that were imbalanced. Made it worse. You can log on to social media and you can see the dumbest touches of death, the dumbest infinite combos. Hit has a 2-button infinite.
Nice.
And I don't mean that he has to alternate between the 2 buttons. No. Hit does that move with like the crystals crawling along the ground or whatever.
Yeah.
And once he does that, you're put into a state where you're popped up a little bit. Not enough for like a full air combo, but a little bit. And then if Hit does his little, rush forward, dash forward punch,
yeah,
it puts you right back into that same state. So from there, Hit just has to do that one move over and over, and it's an infinite. It'll
nice.
kill you. And Ultra Instinct Goku is just borked. Because Ultra Instinct Goku allegedly was kind of a weird, difficult to use character who wasn't very strong before. So he was considered kind of an oddball pick. And I guess Arxis went, well, we can't have that. Ultra Instinct Goku's supposed to be the strongest Goku. So they buffed him a bunch, and now he does really stupid shit. I saw a combo. I could not tell if it was an infinite because I just kept scrolling once I saw what was going on. But he has the move where he honestly, he has a combo where he just pops you up in the air, typical Marvel vs. Capcom, high up in the air aerial rave. But then he goes up there and he does a punch. Then he teleports and punches you the other direction. Then he teleports you and punches you back the other direction. And Ultra Instinct Goku just in the air plays tennis with his opponent.
Nice.
And I swear to God, I saw 15 reps before I went, okay, this is probably just an infinite touch of death. And I kept scrolling. I can't guarantee that it is an infinite touch of death, but it looked like one. I saw that Gohan has a combo now where he can do, Potential Unleashed, that super. He can do it 7 times in one combo now.
Cool.
So Gohan just keeps screaming at the fucking ceiling over and over and over again.
He hates it.
This is not even getting into that the rollback update made a huge change to Android 16. Did you hear about that one?
No, I didn't hear about the changes to Android 16.
So do you remember Android 16's suicide bomb? Not fatality.
Yeah.
It was level 3 super. Now, you may remember, it does 100% damage. It guaranteed kills whatever character he hits it with. In exchange, it takes 16 down to 1%, and also you can't combo into it. You have to hit it raw. So, which it is a command grab, so you can psychologize somebody into just being scared and sitting there and blocking, at which point you do it so that you can catch them blocking. But even then, it's got enough startup that, generally speaking, people are going to see the super flash and they're going to jump, right?
Yeah.
So really, it's just a meme move that you hit somebody with to really style on them. So here's the thing. The rollback update a year ago made it where Android 16 could combo into it.
Oh.
Android 16, at any percent, as long as he has 3 bars of super, at any percent can just kill anybody.
Nice.
Oh boy, there were so many more stupid things. I think I saw that fucking Goku Black now has an infinite combo on the dive kick where you think like, okay, did you ever play any of the prototype games?
Yeah.
Do you remember how you could dive kick humans, and if you did that while they were on the ground, like held the button, you would then skateboard on them?
Yeah.
Do you remember that Goku Black has a dive kick where he does that?
I think so.
So I believe there is now an infinite combo where Goku Black just keeps skateboarding on you, then hitting you with a move, and then skateboarding on you, and then hitting you with a move. A 2-button infinite.
Okay.
Shit is going bazonkers in Fighter Z. I don't know if they're like just doing it because like fuck it, why not?
Marvel 2.
I don't know if they're doing it because they're like, oh well, we should follow the Budokai Tenkaichi balance plan of the characters not being balanced and it being legit power level. Well, no, that's definitely not true because Krillin has an infinite now.
Nice.
Where he takes you wall to wall in the air without either of you ever falling. It's not even a bounce rebounce combo. No, he keeps hitting like this normal, and then the energy balls thing where he throws the energy balls down, and then one of them hits and the other one doesn't. And it looks like Krillin is just dribbling you through the air.
He has experience being hit with that. So
he does. Every time he completes a rep, the Krillin getting owned counter goes down by 1.
Yeah.
He's reversed the polarity. I don't know if they're doing this just dicking around. I don't know if they're doing this because they've just decided that some characters should be really strong. I don't know if they're doing this because they're just like, what if we went back and made Fighter Z look really stupid and made it Kuso? I wonder halfway if Fighter Z is now for some reason being used as a testing ground for stuff for Tokon.
Maybe.
Because like Tokon looked fairly crazy in the footage I saw from the beta, right? There was some definite insanity going on there. Is Arxis going like, yeah, but we can make it dumber. But first, let's make Fighter Z dumber, just to check.
Yeah. Let's fuck Fighter Z up. No one plays that anymore.
Yeah. Oh, shit. I mean, it's the awkward thing, to a certain degree, about games getting updated, is that I do feel really bad for everyone who really enjoyed the balance state a few years ago when everyone was viable, because you can't have that back. Not unless you got a PC that the copy just hadn't been updated. Like, you know what? I bet it's still possible to go back, but I bet you have to pirate.
Yeah. Speaking of Krillin dribbling people, Avatar Legends, the fighting game.
Yeah. Was there any hint of this being a thing?
So
allegedly,
the people behind it, the publisher, has been trying to hype it up. Avatar Legends is it's a tabletop RPG, and they're also doing something else, and this now. And yeah, they've been talking about it for a couple of years, but people, like everyone, thought that it was cancelled. So I guess it wasn't.
Doesn't look canceled here. I'm worried that the game's gonna play like ass.
Yeah, I looked at it and like it looked like a very janky Flash game, which like, I do miss those, but I also miss those being free. So like,
the thing is, I know me, and I know that I'm easy to please with pretty sprites. So I'm looking at this, and I'm going, these are some really pretty sprites. And I'm thinking, God, I hope this game doesn't suck, and I end up going to bat for it just because it's got pretty sprites. Because I know me, and I know I'm dumb enough to do that. Like, I've had that with, like, you remember when we played Art of Fighting 3?
Yeah.
And we were both like, oh boy, this is going to suck because Art of Fighting 3 is supposed to be really bad. And we played like a match or two. And I forget. I think I was about to say the same thing, but you beat me to the punch on it by like a couple seconds. I think you said something along the lines of, "Okay, am I going crazy, or is this game actually kind of cooking?"
Yeah.
And I look back at that and I'm like, so many people say Art of Fighting 3 sucks. Am I that easy to please? That it's just that I like the game's really pretty, so I'm like, hey. Or is it just that people decide Art of Fighting 3 sucks for stupid reasons? Because we as fighting game fans have observed fighting games that we enjoy, that we think are really quality, that the people around us are like, no, this just sucks, man. And it's like, well, no, you're only judging it by one quality. Because, like, that's what I've had for the last couple of years with Mortal Kombat 1. And people going, Mortal Kombat 1 sucks. And I go, no, it's really good. The monetization is god-awful. But the gameplay is great. And the graphics are gorgeous. Oh, the single-player content is also ass, of course. But the graphics are great. And the gameplay is great. And the characters are really fun. And the story presents some interesting possibilities until it gets fucking decadent nonsense. So I'm like, am I going like, oh, well, Art of Fighting 3 is great because, like, hey, it plays pretty well and the sprites are gorgeous. But other people are going like, well, no, Art of Fighting 3 sucks because it's got this goofy thing with its balance, or Art of Fighting 3 sucks because, I don't know, the arcade mode sucks or something.
Yeah, no, it's a little bit of column A and a little bit of column B, because you are a lot more lenient on games that you think look pretty. But at the same time, with Art of Fighting 3, I think it's specifically a problem where Art of Fighting 3, the weight controls, the weight handles, was ahead of its time. Because you have to consider that we played Art of Fighting 3 in a post-Tekken, post-3D Mortal Kombat world. We're used to dialogue combos. We're used to, animations taking some time, and having to input moves before the animation finishes so that you can do a string. And we're fine with that because we play Mortal Kombat and we play Tekken, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Back when Art of Fighting 3 released, like, when the fuck did it release, actually?
God, it was before Garo, even though it's actually kind of graphically very similar to Garo, at least in terms of how high def, high res, high frame rate it is.
I'm gonna check. So it was 96. Okay, when was Tekken 3? Because that's when Tekken actually started being a thing. 97. Okay, when was Virtual Fighter? Bless you. When was Virtual Fighter?
Earlier, but Virtual Fighter, the first couple of Virtual Fighters were weird, you gotta remember.
Yeah. Well, okay, bless you. Let's see. When was Virtual Fighter 3, say? Was 96.
Yeah, you're gonna have to look that up. My fucking V key isn't working.
96. So first Virtual Fighter was 93, which is the same year as whatchamacallit, as Art of Fighting 3. So even if we want to be generous, but like Virtual Fighter 1 wasn't really as much of a dialogue combo thing as it would become later.
No.
Like
Virtual Fighter, people were judging it by different standards because they viewed it as a grounded martial arts game
that too, yes.
aside from the moon jumps.
But just controls-wise, like, Art of Fighting 3 was a very weird and very unusual way to control characters in fighting games at that point in time. And that is the pushback. The pushback is, these characters are weird, I feel like I can't do shit, what the fuck do you mean I need to input four punches at the same time, and then he'll get around to doing them eventually.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of that going on. That weird character thing. You know, I don't remember Art of Fighting 4 having that. Where's the roster? But come to think of it,
there isn't an Art of Fighting 4.
Art of Fighting 3, damn it. Whatever, you know. Come to think of it, like, well, there's the huge dude. Was his name Jin Fuha?
No, that was Weiler, I think.
No. Not Weiler.
Oh, yeah.
I remember Weiler.
Oh yeah, there is Jin Fuha. He's a character.
Yeah. And he's relatively mundane comparative to fat guy with, like, a hiker's pack on him.
Yeah.
Like frying pans and shit. And Weiler, who's just like, what is this Mr. Hyde looking motherfucker?
But yeah, like, Art of Fighting 3 also the problem with seemingly like most any game with 3 in the title, in that Ryo and Robert are the only returning characters.
Yeah, that is. Oh God, I forgot King wasn't in that game. Did Mr. Big come back for any games after the first?
I don't know.
Because I know Art of Fighting 2 that Young Geese was a... God, I thought he was a secret boss, wasn't he?
I don't remember.
I'm looking up SNK, Mr. Big. Okay, he was in Art of Fighting 2.
Okay.
He was the final boss. Geese Howard was the secret final boss you got if you never lost a round.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus Christ, the roster of Art of Fighting is so boring looking.
Yeah.
Wow.
Melty before Melty.
Look at these men.
Yeah. And sometimes you men.
Sometimes. But in their heart, they're men. Okay, Art of Fighting 1 was Mr. Big. Yeah, Mr. Big was the final boss of both. No, Mr. Big was the sub boss of Art of Fighting 1. The final boss was Mr. Karate.
Yeah.
What the hell? The fuck do you mean Art of Fighting 1 is set in 1978?
That might have been a retcon.
I have to imagine that's been retconned by now.
Because, yeah, fucking going by Fatal Fury stuff. Like, Art of Fighting would have had to be like the last part of the 1880s, something like 1890s, and then Fatal Fury 1 is fucking 1913 or whatever it was, 1918.
Well, hang on, I zoned out while I was looking at Wikipedia at the SNK wiki. Why are you saying Fatal Fury is set in the 1910s?
Because that's what the game said. Geese Howard died in the hospital in 1918 or something like that.
Oh God, right, that nonsense, which I am just now seeing. Rio apparently was 22 years old in Age of Fighters, Art of Fighting 2, and then 23 in Fatal Fury Special. So, Young Geese is only a year younger than Old Geese.
Sure.
Also, Rio is 50 in City of the Wolves.
Yeah.
Really? I gotta look this up.
What are you even looking up? Because I think there's just like eight different like sliding timelines at this point for that shit.
Okay, I was looking up. He pops up in Butt's ending. Rio does, but of course he hasn't aged a day. Hang on, let me put this in the text chat. Look at this. That Rio is supposed to be 50 years old.
Yeah.
Fuck you, no he isn't. What do you mean Terry is 36 in City of the Wolves?
No, he's not.
What does that mean?
Terry was 6 when Geese died in 1918.
What? So this must be the SNK wiki just going off like, well, Art of Fighting 1 says that Rio was born in 57. And then one of the Fatal Fury games, I guess, says that Terry was born in 71. Allegedly. Hold on, how does this make sense? But then the SNK wiki says that at the time of Fatal Fury Special, Rio was 23. Over on Terry's side, at the time of Fatal Fury Special was the remake of Final Fantasy, not remake, was the improved version of Fatal Fury 3, right?
I think so, yeah. Or 2.
So SNK Wiki says that Terry was 21 at the time of Fatal Fury 2. So Terry was 21 and Rio was 23 at the time of Fatal Fury 2. Now in City of the Wolves, Terry is 36 and Rio is 50.
Yeah. I don't see the problem.
I think the SNK Wiki's math is off for one of the two.
I genuinely think it's just a sliding timeline. And like, you know, well, for one, it's two separate Terrys and Rios because KOF is its own thing. Because Geese is not dead that much. But sometimes
Someone's
he
knocking
is.
on my door.
Alright. Okay, and we're back.
So I want to note this.
Yeah?
If you don't think about things on a sliding time scale, you know who you really have to consider in terms of, like, logically he should have changed more if you don't have a sliding time scale?
Yeah?
If you don't work on a sliding time scale, why does Rock look like how he does in City of the Wolves?
Yeah.
Which is to say, exactly like he does in Garrow?
He's a twink.
That's just how they work.
Yeah. Have you looked at Fredrik Knudsen? He doesn't age.
Oh, for fuck's sakes! No, hold on.
Yeah.
The SNK Wiki insists that as of City of the Wolves, Mr. Big is 61 years old.
Nice. I thought you were gonna say that the SNK Wiki says that Rock Howard is actually like 80 in City of the Wolves.
Well, hold on. Now I gotta look this up. Logically, what age is Rock Howard supposed to be? Because
I mean, he should be late teens, like 16 to 18 in Garrow, and then he should, in theory, be like late 20s now, at least.
So he's listed as being 17 in Garrow and 18 in City of the Wolves, but his birthday is listed as 1989, which doesn't work out mathematically for the time of either game's release. Because if he was born in 89, then he should have been 10 years old in Garrow.
Not only
or
that, but do the maths. So at the latest that I heard, Geese dies in 88, which would have meant that Terry. Well, for one, I don't know how the fuck Rock's mom was pregnant with Rock then, but also Terry snatched a baby.
Geese came in a fucking turkey baster and handed it to his wife and said, "You'll know what to do when the time comes."
Yeah.
Oh, well, like, fucking earlier it was saying it was 82 that Fatal Fury 2 would have happened, and then 83 would have been Fatal Fury 3 where Geese died. So Geese dies in 83, his son is born in 89. Like, okay, maybe Geese went to like one of those, he donated semen. And Terry, being a psychopath, tracked down Geese's semen. But either way, is your mic working?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's circle back around.
Terry going into the into the semen thing. This is gonna be such a good troll. But remember, Terry Bogard is an online troll. This is actually canon.
Does he come back to him and Blue Mary's like apartment with Baby Rock? And Blue Mary's like, "Terry, what the fuck?" Does Terry go, "Yeah, so I tracked down Geese's sperm."
Again.
Terry, you've got to stop doing this. At least you didn't kill this one.
Yeah. Rock is only the winner. There has been 3 others named after parts of the elements. You don't want to know what Terry did to Win Howard.
Oh, okay.
But
Okay.
Metal Howard had to be stopped. Anyway,
He saved the world by getting rid of him.
shit. So yeah.
Okay. Rock, born in 89, 17 in 99, 18 in 2025.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Blue Mary, I was halfway curious. Blue Mary, it claims, born in 73, 34 in City of the Wolves.
For Blue Mary, you go to her thing and it just says she's one of the ancients.
Blue Mary is related to Kevin Ryan, distantly.
That sucks for her. I'm
Yeah.
sorry for her.
Hold on, hang on. I gotta look this up.
Yeah.
Oh, the SNK wiki clarifies that they do use the Gregorian calendar when referring to the Art of Fighting timeline.
Oh.
I was really wondering. Yeah, I can't see SNK following it.
If they were using like the Japanese one, then that would make more sense. Somehow.
Okay, there is no way SNK would ever act on this.
Yeah.
But the SNK wiki claims that Yuri is 46 years old in City of the Wolves.
Okay.
Wait, what year is City of the Wolves supposed to be in? Because I was thinking, like, okay, well, this has to be, year of release is what they're going off of for Ryo to be so old. But if Yuri was born in 61, like this thing claims, and then 46 in City of the Wolves, the math don't math on that.
I think both Street Fighter and Fatal Fury are in the 90s currently, timeline-wise.
No, they aren't. You have cell phones. You have smartphones on Street Fighter 6.
True, but I forget what it was, but someone sussed it out that it's supposed to be set in like fucking the late 90s or like the early 2000s.
There weren't iPhones then.
No.
Like, God, well, that becomes a whole nother thing, the Street Fighter timeline. Because, like, that one I've seen some degree of argument about. That some people, like, say that there is a valid reason to believe that the Street Fighter 2 numbers are still correct. I gotta look up the Street Fighter 2 numbers, though. Because, let's see. Street Fighter, like, Ryu, I can believe, is, like, in his 50s in Street Fighter 6. I can believe that.
Yeah.
Oh, nope, no, I can't believe it. Yeah, the Street Fighter Wiki says that, at least according to Street Fighter 2, that Ryu was born in July of 64.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
Sorry, Ryu's not 60 years old. No, that's just simply not the case. Now, granted, come to think of it, it's Street Fighter, and Street Fighter gets really screwy with some of these numbers. Because hang on. Right. Ryu's listed weight in Street Fighter 6 is 187 pounds.
It still is something like that, yeah.
Yes. He was listed as being 150 pounds in Street Fighter 2. 150 pounds.
Yeah.
There is no planet on which I weigh more than Ryu.
All of the nothingness makes him way less.
Ryu apparently also got 2 inches shorter between Street Fighter 1 and Street Fighter 6.
All the net for her.
I mean, you do get shorter with age, and I guess Ryu's in his 60s.
How old is Gen?
Oh, God. Well, Gen's got to be older than Ryu, but Street Fighter 4 wouldn't have given birth years.
Because, like, who are the oldest characters that we know of that we can go off of? Like Dalsim, Gen, Goken, Akuma.
Okay, Gen's birthday is listed as simply March 10th, but his actual birth year is not known.
Before time immemorial.
Goken's birthday is unknown.
Nice.
He's 198 pounds. Go fuck yourself. No, he isn't.
All right, we're back. So,
Oh,
before we were rudely interrupted by your internet.
someone's knocking on my door again.
All right, I'll pause the recording again. So once again, we're back. For real this time, maybe.
Okay.
So Dawson's age. We need to know.
I'll pull that up in just a second. I was also pulling up Zangief's age. Okay, Dalsim's age. Dalsim was born in November of 1952. So he would be in his 70s.
That checks out.
I can accept that one, yeah. However, Zangief was born in 56, which would mean that next year he'd be 70, which, no.
Maybe. It really depends. Like, he could just be like fucking Zbyszko.
Yeah. Okay. Before we wrap up this weird Street Fighter wiki trivia section,
yeah.
I want to know, while my internet was out, I was browsing over it just to pass the time until the internet came back. Ryu, in his, little data block there, listing off various information about him, he has, his height, his weight, his birthday, his birthplace, his fighting styles, his likes, his dislikes, his rivals. Now, I like this rivals list. It's really fun. His rivals list: Akuma, M. Bison, Ken, Chun-Li, Nina Williams from Tekken, The Incredible Hulk,
Steve from accounting,
Asura from Asura's Wrath.
Yeah. I mean, no. That's Kage. Ashura has beef with Kage. Not for you.
Well, but here's the last thing I'm going to say about that. But he has an alignment thing and a status thing. I swapped them at first when my eyes were going over it. So I read his status as good.
Yeah, he's fine. I mean, if Ryu wrote his own wiki thing, it would say that.
Yeah. All right.
Alignment, chaotic neutral.
Alignment, Heart of Battle?
Yeah. Alignment
punch.
Fighters.
Yeah. Likes March 22nd, 1958.
Why doesn't you like the date? Oh, wouldn't you like to know?
Birthplace, 180 pounds.
That's because he's rich. He comes from money, literally.
That's how he gets summoned. Ken throws down a big pile of money and Ryu manifests out of it.
Yeah. Half of Ken's fortune was spent on him, the other half was spent summoning Ryu.
Who is really kind of a monkey anyways. He's a punch monkey.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
So anyway.
All right.
I suppose fighting against were then.
That they were.